Get right into the game here. Gonna have two teams here specifically entering this week 0-0 because it is the first week of the season. Gonna see the Vayne picked up for Asteria's team called Not Frecken Toxic, and Mark's team of Marks Ratz going to see him in the bot lane, surprisingly playing support with, looks like here is the Phil player going to be moving around as they turn off that chat because talking a little too much there. Had a little too much fun. No crazy itemization builds or changes that I've noticed from this game, so most importantly I do think we need to keep that in mind, along with the fact that both these teams are looking to get some sort of advantages early on. Nothing too crazy. Going to have a very strong damage comp from Asteria's team, looking at Kiana mid lane, looking at Vayne, Karthus jungle too. Most importantly to note though with these matchups is Akali beats Kiana pretty hard. Mostly due to the fact that Akali can deal with Kiana in the sense that Kiana can really only do things after level 1, and that is just poke from a distance. She walks too forward, she gets Q'd, she gets E'd, but if she has a lead, it's a little more playable. But regardless, it is a very hard matchup for her. Akali has it a lot easier with the time. Chewbacca going for this additional shielding, going to be playing into something such as Karma. It's specifically playing into another Enchanter hyper carry lane. Nothing too crazy. Harris, though, in the top side, just looking to get this game for himself. Currently, look, see, Sparks can take the trades level 1, but it's so bad. He's taking trades that he can't possibly win. It's a little different, though, when you're playing in the bot side as against something such as the poke, but, like, if we look at this mid lane matchup, really Sparks can't do anything until level 2. Forced to pop a potion or going to be down. And look, he's going to get, oh, he's able to dodge the Q and get some trade backs, but look at it, doesn't matter. The HP values are still pretty consistent for both these teams, and Karthus is doing a much faster full clear, but he's going to cost him a lot more of his mana. Dopus on the other side in the top lane, taking a lot more damage. Going to see both teams contest. Karthus, most notably, with good players, is able to get very fast, very quick clears. And quite surprising. Both of these teams here looking for as much turnaround as possible. Lafayette is just able... Oh, so he goes a little too early. And if that marked him... Ooh. See, this is the thing to note about specifically this Kiana matchup is, look, Kiana is forced to go something like Doran's Blade because... Or, sorry, Longsword. Because if she doesn't go Longsword here and decides to go something on the likes of that blade or even that shield, she puts herself at a disadvantage. Communism is looking to go here, but look, Sparks so low, he is within ignite range, and look, Asteria might be forced to burn something here, throwing that out. Eris is getting a little too low though. They're going instantly onto him, trying to get him away. Oh, first blood. Akali's here though, kind of cello, a little too late. Oh, this is just so good for him. And the lead that was gained by Lafayette into Sparks' early game is just completely lost by throwing some level 1 fights. Communism just doing a really good job in that early game, playing that out. Dark Mark, though, down by CS. They're going to realize the enemy is coming to base soon. Specifically, Harris, though, is down by both sums. Dopus still has teleport, but the important thing is the double buffs. Double buffs make it incredibly difficult to walk up. He does have level 4, though, and we'll be able to poke him, but he just really needs to wait for the wave to shove in, because he doesn't have flash, and if he gets engaged on, it's going to be kind of hard. Meanwhile, Lafayette is playing this mid matchup as best he possibly can. Especially when the enemy does have the assist lead. He does have his own assist lead, but it's not going to really make that much of a difference. Because, unlike him, he doesn't really have the ability to shove waves as well. That's the most key thing. Going to have an advantage for the waves. Most importantly, though, is also ult impact. Kiana, way easier to get impact with your ultimate. Dopus is just shoving wave over wave over wave into the enemy. Doesn't really care wants to force that CS loss. Oh, Sparks. Gonna see, going to barely dodge that E. If he gets hit by these E's, it's gonna be really crucial. Akali does a lot of damage on her E's. Lafayette, again, going to see Karthus full clear. Won't be able to spot him out of his vision. If we look at the vision of blue side, sorry, I mean red, they have a lot. But if we look at blue, it's pretty dark on the map. They need to develop that bush river. Gonna see him out as they're gonna catch him coming through. Lafayette has an energy advantage. Itemization is also gonna see him have an advantage. Does pick up the boots early. Ooh, going to get that off. He's gonna get a good damage and trade, but the fact that he came back to lane with double buffs. Currently, Dopus has not taken a reset. Herius, sorry. Not going to have any way to get back to lane due to his lack of teleport. He's going to have to draw minions sooner than later. Especially with the enemy jungle invading. They can look to dive top, and that would be so crucial. They could get a good wave and on a dive. Shut him down. Deny a lot of this CS and gold. Sparks has a level advantage. Going to see the smite secured by one of them. Cello just down by 2 levels because of that early kill. Ooh, he ends up dying, and it's just too late. Oh, they pop the ultimate. And Akali picks up the kill. And look, this is just the Karthus diff here. Karthus is just a much easier champion to play. You can just really perma-clear quite easily, and Dopus is going to have to walk all the way around. Doesn't take any tower shots, importantly enough. And this game is not looking too good, specifically for Cello and his teammates. I mean, he's playing jungle. He's down by 20 CS. He's just playing horrendously, unfortunately. And Communism is the plat jungler, so... And playing a perma-clearing jungler that got a really easy early game. They didn't really go for a late invade. They didn't do anything super crazy. And that's going to see them lose a lot of the priority in this laning phase. Going to only be down by 1,000 gold. Most of that is within the jungle role. And specifically, a little bit in mid lane. Going to have that kill advantage. Akali was not able to pick up the kill. Instead, it was Victor, which isn't the best. Akali going to have that small itemization advantage when they come back to lane. Specifically on that Kiana. Though Kiana is still a Akali favored matchup there. And especially with the lead, it's still going to be Akali favored. Mostly because of the ability to free her ass. And only really would make any difference if Lafayette starts to whiffing too many Qs. If he whiffs too many Qs in trade, he will start to lose. But I'm not really assuming that players will play like that. Dark Mark walking up with his teammates. They're going to have some small pry, look for another chance. But most importantly, though, that's going to be Karthus showing up. They're needing to secure this real quick. Asteria showing up. That's going to be the ultimate is available. Sparks is going to get 2 of them. He's going to get them on the river. Going to see. Oh, the Lulu seals the objective from Cello. He's griefing into the enemy support. Picks up the dragon. I'm flabbergasted on what's going on here. Oh, and Sparks is going to get solo killed. Fortunately, he's able to trade 1 for 1. Lafayette should have made a little slower of a trade there, especially since he did have Ignite and the ultimate. Going to see Asteria punish this, going for the bot side, pushing in this wave. But again, Gecko stealing the objective. It is not going to make this game any easier, especially when you're down 3,000 gold. When you're into 8 Enchanter hyper carry bot lane, when you're down 3,000 gold, most of that is in the enemy jungle and mid lane. Makes your game pretty hard, especially... Oh, Lulu's back is stopped here. Dark is going to look for something. He can't really do a lot with this. He doesn't really care on the ground. Oh, wait, they could kill him. He is just so low. They have ultimate. That's going to be ultimate flash, forcing the flash from him. And they're just going to see again. On top of it, they're going to go in for an invade. Meanwhile, he's going to be stealing away Communism again, continuing his 2-level lead. Oh, Smite secured. Cello takes a lot of damage. He still has his EQ, right? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have any way of getting out, and he's going to just have to give up so much, just getting absolutely clowned on in the jungle role right now. And it's just not looking too good for him. Quite unfortunate. Going to see both teams. Oh, Sparks going to cast his E on top of him. Dark Marks is here. This is not good. Flashing forward. Sparks basically ends up getting solo killed. Oh, yep. Cello simply Not going to be able to provide much for his team there. Oh, the flash forward. He's able to get away, though. That's forcing Dopus' flash. He doesn't have it. Going to continue to walk. Meanwhile, Victor shows up. Going to get some good punish. They're going to look for it. That's going to be the ultimate. He's going to be stuck inside of there. He's going to have to force the flash out. Meanwhile, the mid laner is going to pick up the kill. Run away. Actually, again, another top lane kill. Snagged away on that Victor. Hasn't burned any summoners. Doesn't really have a CS lead. He's just picking up a lot of free kills here. And he's into a pretty easy matchup. So, quite expected for someone like this. But the thing to note, though, is in later stages of the game, that Vayne is going to be very scary. And you're going to need someone like Lafayette on this assassin to deal with it. Since outside of the Jarvan ult coming down and forcing Asteria's flash, there isn't a lot that can go on. The good thing is Chewbacca does have the range advantage. Actually, a massive range advantage on top of that, just due to the fact of how Jinx Q rockets work. And it's really important to realize this. Dark Marks going to see this guy out. He's going to get spotted. Lafayette really can't do anything. Kind of Cello trying to go forward on top of him. Going to take some decent sized damage, and mid laner is going to show up to support him, just stealing more and more of his jungle camps. And this is just a jungle diff so far in the game. Jiffy in the diffy. And oh, Helios is just absolutely making Dobus's life miserable, picking up so much gold. If we specifically look in that top lane matchup, going to be at 63, have that E evolve, so it's going to start exploding on top of him. But also on top of that, does have a gold lead. Don't think that's entirely because of the rune choice, but we can check how much gold he's gotten from it, and it's only 122. So yeah, I don't believe that's it. But still some free gold, some free additional damage. Gonna have his ultimate back up. TP is not available for either laner. Also will not be available when it gets upgraded, but they're gonna be able to remove some of these wards, and that's a TSM ward that deserves to die. TSM is I'm not gonna clown on them. They're kind of bad right now, but that's a different extent. Regardless, Gecko and Asteria are looking to play pretty aggressively. In top lane, we're going to see communlism extend his lead to specifically help clear vision, but also provide for his team, because the only thing available on the map is his blue buff. Meanwhile, Cello has not counter jungled whatsoever, down by 50 farm, and is just not looking too good. Starting to see Sparks pick up the advantage in this matchup. Does have his ultimate on both of them. Both do have Ignite too. So it'll be interesting to see if someone can look for something here. Ooh, Dope is taking some pretty ruthless ease. Eventually going to add up to mean a lot. And communism on the opposite side of the map. Asteria thankfully getting shielding from his teammate. And Lafayette has to be starting to get careful here. He doesn't have as much of a lead as he would like. Starting to get out farmed. Probably going to be just a player skill thing rather than just champions. And ooh, they're starting to second dragon is getting started at 13 minutes. Both teams are looking for it, but it's going to be secured because communism is just so much further ahead than Cello. And Cello is not able to punish anything. He's just picking up his Krug still. He knew that he was doing this, or at least he should have. Currently going to see some method of cutting shields need to be picked up this game, because Karma, along with that Lulu, providing a lot of shields. Both teams are looking for something bot side. Going to see and clear out wards. Going to ping him down there. And what's going to instantly happen is, see, a base is going to come out from Karthus in the relatively future, where he's just going to do a full top to bot clear. And that damage. Oh. Oh, that is so unlucky. Communism just clicks R there. And there's just almost nothing you can do. The ult coming out from Kiana wasn't even like the defining factor of that fight. A little too hasty of an R in my opinion coming out from Lafayette, or at least he should have done it earlier. But he did get countered. Oh, Mark just instantly flashed. Doesn't even wait for the potential Q to come down. He just flashes almost instantly. Doesn't even think. Oh. Eurus though. Going to get a second augment. As he is going to look for more in this game. Pushing in that mid wave. No objectives for the next 3 minutes though. Ooh. Not too much for either of these teams to do. Most of this jungle gap is making up the gold difference because about 2,000 gold, 2 kills. Mid lane's about 1,000 gold itself, and that basically sums up the total gold gap in this game, created by every single player. Top lane is in the favor of Victor, though, by a sizable amount thanks to those kills, along with the fact that he does have additional itemization. Urgot rotating to that lane. Kali came bot for a moment, going to not get anything off there. Losing a lot of her lane for really nothing. Meanwhile, Urgot in the top side. Going transition. Oh, he's going to get his E canceled. He does it. Oh, he burns the flash while having the marker. Lafayette doesn't have ultimate yet. They're trying to look for something on top of him. Picking up the kill, cancels the R. Gonna see Cello walk away. Taking to little to no damage coming out, specifically from Karthus. And this game is looking very well in Karthus' hands, specifically due to how fed he is. Absolutely running circles around clears. Oh, and that is why people hate Kiana. If you didn't just realize what Kiana did there for a brief moment, she went invisible almost permanently. And Harris just can't. She has ultimate. She has flash and ultimate. She could kill topside here. Oh, yep. For some reason, wait, there we go. Yep. One moment, we can just get a rewind on that. No, we can't. For some reason, time controls hate me. This game hates me. Asteria does have the seal. Oh god, this is just looking like a disgusting game right now. Oh god, Asteria just runs him down. Karthus doesn't have the ultimate, but they're just looking for it. Just not enough. They could have exhausted there. Ooh, Asteria is going to get out, so they're going to transition to the fight. Communism is in the middle, trying to separate them. Asteria is looking to get around one way or another, but Communism is going to fall. He does have his ultimate to cast. Doesn't able to get it off. Instead, looking to pick up Curious, though, on the kill. Ooh, and he's just going to be on the reset coming up. Not going to actually have his ultimate, I believe. Or that might just be the cooldown represented by his death timer. Goal difference getting a little closer. The next dragon is going to be incredibly important for both teams. The reset is coming out. Karthus will be off the map for a lot longer. Meanwhile, both teams looking to get river control. Objective bounties now inside for the blue team. And this is why I like to comment on objective bounties, because they seem to be very inconsistent when activated. Because for an example, in a game with about a 3,000 goal difference, less than that, you have blue side with objective bounties. They're down by 2 objectives. In the game previously seen between Wujin and Shrubby Turtle's team, there was a 7,000 gold difference was the necessary requirement to indicate that. Oh, he misses it. Polymorph. He just doesn't have it. Chewbacca has to run away. They pick it up. Cello. Okay, he's out. They pick up the dragon at least. I thought they were gonna grief that fight so badly. Now we just sit and wait for both teams to play, sacrificing the dragon to get as many top turrets as they can. Currently, no objectives outside of that dragon have been taken for the team, so they do have objective bounties still remaining, specifically for that bot side turret. And, ooh, look at the damage on Asteria. Asteria is just going to get rooted here. He can't get out, he can't move, he can't go anywhere. That's going to be instantly falling on top of them as his ult comes out from Karthus, and it's going to see him trade one for the support, and the bot lane's going to die. They push in this wave. Going to see him get very low on the top side of the map. Kiana's going to set. And this is just the power of that Karthus. Just going to start clicking R and killing people in this game. Notably enough, though, too much time given to scale. Not going to be doing a lot because it is a clock that can't kick out. Up by about 74 farm. So far, the biggest farm lead I've seen in the game, specifically in the jungle role. On top of it, mid lane also having about a 30 CS lead coming out from the likes of Sparks, and just doing a really good job of wave management outside of laning phase, especially into a tough matchup like Qiyana. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, and that's going to be, again, they're going to find Communism. Ultimate's not available. They're trying to chase him down, but Communism does too much damage. Oh, Lafayette really running for him. He gets the ultimate. Oh, he's just going to run away, and he is out. Just like that. Punishes. Does not burn Flash, but instead burns the Ignite and looks to get up the kill. Lafayette's Akali actually kind of smurfing around. Chewbacca, though, even with the shield, he has the additional, has to potentially look to give up this turret. Gold difference is about 2,000 now. Interesting enough, the gold difference was actually larger when they had it earlier, but as the game continues, I think the requirement for that set gold difference does increase. Oh, Asteria. He's looking to go forward, though. Ultimate is going to connect. It's going to kill for Chewbacca. Chewbacca's going forward. They're trying to get on top of him. He's going to flash away. It is not going to connect. There is flash from trying to Cello. Cello flash ults into top of him. That's going to be another kill going towards his teammate. That's what you'd like to see. Probably could have learned to burn that a little earlier, but Dragon is going to be spawning in 2 minutes. Elder is not going to be on the map for a very long time unless we currently see Asteria's team pick up it soon, but Chewbacca going shield bow in a game like this has its potential to go one of two ways. Either going to keep him alive and healthy against the likes of champions such as Karthus, Qiyana, or is going to end up biting him in the ass for the lack of a better analogy, in the sense that he will not be able to do a lot of damage. Notably enough, something like Vayne is not really, it's not her auto attacks in themselves that are doing most of the damage, it's her champion's W doing that percentage true damage. Jinx is not the same way. Jinx's damage is coming from one source and one source only, and that is her Q. Sometimes she gets some good damage off her R and her W, but it's mostly her Q. Her Q auto forms. So if she doesn't get a lot of damage, she doesn't do a lot of damage. She gets survivability, but she doesn't have the damage, she's gonna die. Lafayette looking for something topside. Going to get out. A little scared here of the enemy. Bot turret has been lost. 0 turrets. Actually, no, just 1 turret has been picked up from the side of blue. Specifically going to be We Show Up. Only having 1 turret currently on the board. Nopus going to get caught out. Passes his W after the stun. Harris runs away. Does not have phase rush to chase him down, but instead is just going to look to get some additional damage. Oh, forcing the flash. Going to use the ultimate too. Quite an interesting look and turn. Ultimate is available on Jinx. They're setting up Dragon control quite well for themselves. And if we look out on this team fight, it is quite large. The river is completely controlled. Teleport is available though. TV coming on the backside. That's going to see Cello. That's going to be ultimate. No, it's not. He hasn't gone for it yet. And we're going to currently see everyone in the center. Oh, perfect. Going for both of them. And Cello just in the middle. Here gets out at 1 HP. And he might end up dying to burn. But look, if we watch that fight again, we can see it from the very beginning. And specifically looking on the likes of this, the fight starts off with him going forward. Harris is going to have to walk a little bit back before seeing as much as he wants. The enemy team is going to look to enter through the top side of the map, trying to get some additional damage. The teleport is available, so they burn a lot. They burn a lot of ultimates for a potential kill on this top side, but they just don't get it. They need to look to back away as it's going to see him come over. Deck is here though. He's going to end up dying. The support is killed. The enemy jungler is killed, but the enemy ADC, Asteria, is just still healthy and alive thanks to Shield Bow, and the W damage is still there no matter what items you build. So attack speed is for the best, along with survivability. And we're going to see Harris potentially get slapped by Qiyana as he is running away. We will zoom in now to the previous FOV to see both of these teams continue to look for something more. Nothing crazy has happened so far, as the game just got completely broken open to sole point. And before that, it was relatively even. And again, the Karthus is just willing to suicide into the enemy team. Almost has the Rabadons. Look how close he is. He is currently just waiting to get Rabadons. Has 10,000 gold. Only champion outside of Kiana to hit that marker. Kiana just barely passing it recently, but specifically going for Serpent's Fangs is the correct build option for her, as she needs to stop as much shielding from Karma and Jinx's shield build as she possibly can. And Dopus also counter jungling, and they're just denying more and more farm from the enemy. And Chinacello is just slowly, for this entire game, getting out jungled. Very little he's been able to do to put meaningful impact into this game outside of flagging into an ultimate. Flash flagging into an ultimate is really the only thing he can do onto priority targets, because he just doesn't have anything else. He's hit his 2 items that he really needs to hit, which is Stairs Gauge and Gore Drinker, but after that, he simply does not have a lot of impact. And he is going to be starved for resources, which isn't good for him. No jungler wants to be down so much CS, especially into something like a hyper scaling AP option, especially when you're the only AP on a team. No one in the enemy team is building AP resistance. And his ultimate is going to start hitting hard, especially as they start to look to throw in this Baron. Chinacello looking for Asteria here. Sparks is on the other side. Lafayette does not see them. He's going to get ulted into the wall, instantly getting... Oh, he's going to Hourglass. He goes golden. He is going to end up getting perfectly timed by the Q. Asteria, though, is going to get traded. Actually, it's not. The ultimate connects. That's going to be him, but looks like Sparks is on the backside of this fight looking for something. Communism is going to get showing up. Helios, though, is going to poke him down a bit, and this is going to see the trade of the mid laner for the ADC. Quite a good trade, if I don't say so myself. Meanwhile, Marks Ratz just walks away. The slow coming down. Communism taking some good damage. Ultimate is not available from Jinx. Most importantly, neither is it Akali. Going to see the ultimates available coming from Cello and Mark. Mark's cooldown not very important for these fights outside of giving them speed and shields for the team. So it looks like they're going to just bounce off this fight and look to stall until their teammates are alive. Meanwhile, Sparks inside the jungle. Harris is going to continue to push out the mid lane as Urgot is getting tankier and tankier, has 2 items, and just really doesn't feel any of the damage coming out as he's picked up some MR as a countermeasure both to these mid laners, support, and top. And currently seeing both teams just kind of send most of their players mid. Chinacello, though, on the top side, going to take some damage. Still down by 2 levels. Smite, though, is the same for all champions at this point, so regardless of his level difference, he will still be able to secure Smite if he's able to get to the objective, and this will be quite threatening as, again, look, Karthus is going to be invading his jungle, try to steal as many camps, steal that gold, steal those resources from his opponent. And this is really important because the more he does this, the more resources someone on the side of Chinacello just doesn't have. Dragon is up in 1.5 minutes. So either of these teams do have time. 4 minutes remain. Chinacello in the bot side by himself. Doesn't even go to farm his top. Trying to defend his turret. And he can't do a thing. Dopus is just going to eat through this thing with Asteria. And again, he sits there and he does nothing. Loses more gold. Leaves more gold for his team. And he just needs to do something. 1 turret has been taken. And right now, Asteria is looking very good with his team. Losing very little so far this game. Baron is up. They can look for a potential fight. With Dragon up in the next minute, we're going to need to see something from We Show Up. Or they're going to have to turn this into a potential flip on Baron early. Because if they're able to get Baron and into a Dragon, they get 4 more minutes of scaling time for Jinx. Jinx can hit that IE. But if they don't get this soul, the game is just going to end right here, right now. Kiana, though, showing up. Oh, ultimate comes down. Teleport from Urgot. This is really important. 32 seconds. That's going to be a cross-map rotation. We're going to see Lafayette needs to slow these people down from rotating down. They need to go for this objective on respawn. Chinacello's in the wrong spot, the wrong time. He needs to get down for this Dragon. This is the small macro mistakes that really add up to really impactful things. The teleport coming out from Dopus doesn't mean anything if it isn't punished, because Communism is here going to be frontlining because they have no enemy vision. Dropping the ward, the Dragon's on the respawn, missing again another ability. Even though he gets the chunk, actually ends up doing damage. Going through that shield, gonna start the Dragon fight. Gonna see Dopus come all the way down, it's a little too late. Oh no, he's gonna start there. That's gonna be the skill coming out. We're actually gonna switch instantly.
to that steal. Lafayette, though, gets out completely shaking. Seeing the life traded, they're going to continue to push instantly for the mid lane. Ooh, Dopus, though, going to get shut down, going to move forward. He's just stuck on the enemy team as they look to turn this around. That's going to be Jinx going excited. She can look for something soon. They're going to try to transition this onto a... Oh, the ultimate is still available. That's going to connect onto 2 members. Lafayette is still in the middle. Does not have ultimate, does not have summoner spells. Meanwhile, that's going to be Chewbacca and Dark Mark Rises trying to threaten the enemy. Meanwhile, we're seeing them go golden. 2 members chunked to half HP. Meanwhile, oh, that's going to be a law. That's going to be Sparks. Sparks is going to end up shutting down. Chewbacca going to see him run away. Likes of Asteria. Oh, this is not very good. Lafayette has to dodge the Q. He will not fit. He will fail to do so. Meanwhile, we're going to see Dark Mark Rises trying to reset with his teammates. Chewbacca in the bot lane. They could threaten the Baron at any point. Chewbacca level 14 to Asteria's level 15. He does going to see the go in. That's going to be them flash forward to the side. He has no mana. He can't do anything. He's going to end up falling. He's going to actually get the additional ultimates. And he's going to have a lot of additional time to make it out. Meanwhile, Asteria going to pick up the kills against the jungler. And they're going to trade jungler for jungler as the objective is going to spawn not in any meaningful time later. Neither team can really look to burst down this Baron pit without their jungler. Specifically, blue team on that we showed up has a better opportunity, a better chance, but still, this game not looking very certain for we showed up. They're going to be in quite a big deficit. .30-minute game. Both teams looking quite strong. Currently, no one has really made such a move that forces anyone's hand. So, ooh, Asteria. Seeing that attack speed from both of these ADCs speed up. Going to see, look at that IE coming down. Honestly, I would like to see the building of the specific LDR item to deal with that Urgot, but I don't think he really is planning on doing so. Which is quite the shame. I don't think going for another Zine item is going to be as useful. But what do I know? Again, communism approaching his final item, which he looks to be that Magi's. And they have such a lead over this game, such a long time to scale. Soul Point is still up in 2 minutes. Most importantly is to look at the vision. Looking to threaten this Baron. Meanwhile, the enemy team has nothing. They only just spotted him out. And they need to prevent this from happening. Teleport not available. Akali not there. Clearing this out. And both teams looking to run for this. Communism is in that bush. Could look to start this up. Mid Prio is not on the side of we showed up. So both teams waiting here. Gonna catch out the vision. Clearing through. Sparks is looking for something, most importantly, especially with the ultimate. He needs to get some sort of pick to start this fight off, as the Jinx is gonna be very scary into the legs of something like this. Dopus can be the pseudo tank for the team, though, so they're gonna look to start this up. Meanwhile, Gecko. Ooh, ultimate's getting cast. They can't cancel. He chunks them pretty hard. Dragon's getting low. They just slay it. They end up looking for the kill, and that's just gonna be instantly dead. Not a damn thing they can do. And this game is looking incredibly doomed. 7,000 gold lead. Asteria's team is looking quite strong. Sparks, and specifically Communism, is really carrying the team throughout this entire game. Shutting down the enemy jungler really hard. Basically preventing him from having any meaningful impact after the 15-minute mark. So, going to see the wave pushed in on this Baron. Chewbacca tries to do as much as he can, but without LDR, he does not hit anyone at all. And he is just going to see the enemy. The lack of damage due to Kraken Slayer not being in his kit is just going to see him really not do a lot. And I know that he wants something such as the item that Vayne has. Vayne has specifically something like Shield Bow, and that's really good for her. But again, she isn't reliant on her auto attacks as much as someone like Jinx is, because her W compensates for this damage. Most importantly, we are going to continue to see how he's going to get caught down, but the ultimate's going to miss. That's going to be actually an incredible whiff coming out from Sparks. The ultimate's going to completely miss. Both teams are looking to speed up towards this dragon. This is going to be the fight for the game. If this ends up going the opposite way, teleports are available on Dobus to push through mid lane. This can be either side. Communism does have his ultimate up in a very
few number of seconds. So if he's able to get that off, he wants to start ulting, though. If it gets canceled specifically by Jarvan needs to be able to look for a flash into something onto the enemy team. Jinx is just getting some good rocket damage, but they need to get some good, better poke. Oh, Victor getting some good damage. They need to kill Communism now. Communism is dead. He flashes forward into the enemy team to make sure he dies. He pops his ultimate. He's going to be inside of it. He's looking for something. That's going to see everyone getting nuked around. Not a single member left. Everyone's going to fall. Karma is basing, and that's going to be the dragon secured. The soul is theirs. They're looking to run down the enemy team, and that's going to be Asteria's team looking to pick up the first game of their season. Nothing that they can do for the side of We Showed Up, as they're going to watch their base crumble before their very eyes, down by 10,000 gold, 35-minute game. And we're going to see both of these games go on towards the red team. Sorry, not the red team, the team that really seems to play for the late game scaling comps, as La Liga has transitioned less away from a instant defeat game.